Okay, it might work better to actually be in my daughter's room in the future, but we're gonna do one here in the living space. It's a haul video. This is a very random haul video, and it's because these are like odds and ends from different shops. A lot of these are discounted. The sticker price doesn't matter because it's probably not what I paid. Also lighting in here, obviously. It's okay. Next time we'll go back to my daughter's room. We'll just do this one here. Okay, this first one, ooh, this is my favorite. And it is a handmade item. I've never done this. I've never done the handmade items, but here we are. We're doing something new. And it is this really cool patchwork. Here's the front. This patchwork jacket. I have an ottoman behind me. I'm trying so hard. It's like a tight space. How neat is this? But as you can see, it's this green. It's a nice green color. Well, it's looking kind of gray on there, but how cute and cool. Look at the up close stitching. This person was amazing. The buttons are really cool too. They're very ornate with like a knitting detail. No idea what size this is, no idea anything about it. So I'll do measurements and do a guesstimate. I could not leave that behind. And I think this will do great. It kind of goes with, do you remember the patchwork trends in Y2K times? This kind of goes with that. I had a pair of green patchwork pants. In between wasn't knitted, it was fringed. But I feel like this is gonna be a really great handmade Y2K piece. Let me know if you have any ideas on pricing unique items like this, because I have none. I forgot. I'm supposed to tell you guys keywords because that's what I want to do. But yeah, we're talking about Y2K, patchwork, handmade. This one's going to be interesting. I'm not sure of all the keywords I'll use yet, but definitely Y2K, patchwork, handmade, for sure. Animal print. So yeah, I'm going to be honest. Not too sure what to put there, but a little research will go a long way. This one was really, really neat. And it is, let me show you the brand. It's an Eleanor Gay original. There is a staple in there I need to get out. And this dress, based on research and the way it looks, is from either the 40s or the 50s. Vintage from the 40s or 50s, which I don't come by often. And she's gorgeous, okay? I really need to find out that detail when it looks like this, like it looks like a cut off portion attached. I'm sure there's a name for it. All black. It has this embroidered kind of eyelet or cutout type style, but then it has this mesh underneath that is slightly sheer. It has like a kind of hidden zip. It's supposed to be like this part covers it in the back. Let me see if I can show you that. Oh, and these snap closed, so it'll be covered by the time it's on someone. But yeah, that's a really cool piece. I had to get it. It also does have a vintage tag here for the you know, that Workers Guild for women. I don't remember this one off the top of my head, so I will have to look that up because you can find out how old, kind of dating it by this tag. I'll leave a link down below for where you can find that information. But yeah, that's gonna be a fun one to research. Obviously, we're gonna go with vintage, classic, retro, little black dress, or I put LBD. I love this one. Okay, this one was a very interesting one because I didn't find comps on it really, but I researched the brand, and if I'm correct, it looks like it sells for good money. I think they go for a few hundred. Ecru, I think, Ecru. And this is 100% silk. Is the size tag on or is it down here? Sometimes, another thing I usually notice is that modern pieces, if they're expensive, they usually have the size down on this tag instead of on the other tag. Not always, but it is something I see in common. The size is missing, but I got it as an experimental piece because I got a good feeling about it. But let me show you. Rainbowy. How beautiful is she? So we got like a knee length, and it is asymmetric hem on the bottom. Kind of this ombre rainbow effect. 100% silk. Artsy is another one we can use, wearable art. It kind of looks like it's painted, right? Shift dress, that's something that people look for. So those are the words that I'm probably gonna go with on this item. It probably could fit into like boho or hippie because it has all that going for it. Okay, this next one is another new to me brand. It's interesting. It's called Cuba Vera, I believe is the way it's said, Cuba Vera. And this was in the women's section, but it's actually a men's item. My camera's getting hot. I gotta take a break here soon. 100% linen. It is a half button down, I believe. Yeah, half button down. Very like vacation-y, travel-y. It reminds me of like Cuba for sure. So like vacation-y, those are all kind of keywords we're gonna use. Woven, breathable, travel, boho. I don't know if I'd go as far as saying Cuban unless I look up and find like there's a traditionally Cuban style that goes along with this. Yeah, Cuba Vera, it apparently would go for the higher 20s with tags. And this is new with tags, I forgot to say that. But yeah, that's another really cool men's piece that I found. Okay, next we have this really nice new without tags Boston Proper. It is a very a very small size. Extra, extra small. This is gonna sell. It might take some time, but it'll sell. She is gorgeous. Let's get up close so you can see the beading. Very intricate beading. It's the sleeves too. As you can see, it's got this metallic striped print knitted into it. But yeah, it's kind of heavy too with all the beading. So that's what the arms look like. The bottom as well has that. We have side slit. So with her, we're gonna go with words. Definitely ornate, bohemian, breathable. Once again, this is another like resort piece. We could do resort wear, vacation, travel. It's kind of a statement piece too. There's that to it. That's probably the path I'll take with all those keywords. Okay, these swimsuits were actually doing great. The brand is Le Cove. Not everything Le Cove was doing great, but specifically this style was. And it's these really vibrant tropical prints with the ruching down the entire front. So if you look, the entire thing is ruched on the front. Once again, this is something I'm having trouble letting go of. But yeah, these are doing great on comps as far as what's sold. So if I remember, they're like $30, $40. Don't quote me because that's just what I'm remembering. Size 16. Yeah, lined inside, in great condition. By the time you use the words to describe the bathing suit, there's not a lot of like fun keywords left. So we're going to talk about the ruching, that it's a one piece, a size 16, that it is floral, tropical, maybe coastal, multicolored. You know, those are the kind of keywords we're going to use. So you can't get too creative just because you're out of space with keywords for that. Okay, this next one I'm excited about because it's my first time finding it. I've known the brand, but I've yet to find it until this trip. I was literally on my way out the store and I just randomly picked it to look at on my way out because I just do that on the way out, and it was, oh my gosh. And I'm actually planning, I think, to do I don't even know if I should say that here because I never want to guarantee anything and not do it, but if I have the time and ability, I want to do a video going more in depth on this brand. I'm excited that I finally found it, so I want to dive into it and like do a video sharing things I find out about it as far as its history, why it is something that is sought after, and even finding like comps that are like helping you find the items that comp well, at least at the time of the video. You know, that can always change. Well, it's a maxi on me, but I'm short legs, so it could be a maxi to a midi, but we're gonna go with maxi. And it has this flared detail at the bottom. It's the gauzy cotton that this brand is known for. We're probably gonna, I know that Kaylee Lane sells this brand a lot. I bring her up a lot, guys. I'm a fan. She sells this brand a lot, so I might go look at what keywords are working for her. That's like a short way for me to find some keywords. But also boho, breathable, hippie. It kind of fits into grunge a little bit. Login look, definitely login look. Has elastic waist. Did I say breathable? Not sure if I did. Travel, right? Vacation, beachy. These are all words I think about with this. This one's a really fun find, and I swear I've seen Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen wear this or something very similar. I swear, and if you know what I'm talking about, please let me know where it's at, because I was trying to research the movies and find the outfit. I haven't found it yet. But this is so Y2K that some celebrity out there has worn something very similar, including the fact that, what's her name, Zendaya's performance from Coachella last year is resurfacing and gaining popularity again in like the Y2K styles and the coquette styles, and this fits that bill. The brand is Buyer 2, and this is definitely a Y2K piece, so we're gonna go with that. If you can think of anyone who has worn this in a movie or out, let me know. Ashley Tisdale's another person who probably wore a ton of these. Somebody out there has worn something like this. So we have the halter neck right here, and then it's got the little kind of like flared drop waist down at the bottom, and it's layered a little bit. I guess it's like a handkerchief hemline. So yeah, we're gonna go with vintage Y2K definitely for this item. We're going to talk about that handkerchief hemline and that it's a drop waist. Halter neck is another one. We could talk about the blue trim around it. Those are all things that I'm thinking about for selling this item. And if I find a celebrity who wore something very similar during the Y2K times, definitely going to put that in there. Okay, next we're trying another Old Navy item. This is a little different from the usual aesthetic I'm trying to go for. This one's a lot more loud and neonish. Here's the top of it. And it does have a tie waist. Now the tie waist is up higher, it's just falling down. But it is a maxi. Also, it's my size. I want to keep it. I don't know if I could pull off this level of yellow though, because my skin tone is so pale and pink. But it is an older Old Navy tag. I need to figure out if there's a dating I can figure out to it. I think it's from 2011. Size extra large. It's the gauzy chiffon, which is very much a thing right now. Floral, high waist, lined. But yeah, those are all great things going for it. And those are all great selling points for it. So this is a BCBG Max Azria. I don't pick up a ton of it. It is a slow mover, but it can move for decent money with the right pieces. And also in the Resellers Edge group, we've been learning about Kelly Green. Someone shared about Kelly Green in the group and how it's a trending color. And I feel like this fits within Kelly Green. It also reminds me of, what are they called? The people with the bulls. Is it matadors? No. What are they called? You probably know what I'm talking about, but it reminds me of those, and I'll have to find that keyword to use it. Once it gets late, my brain stops working and I have trouble finding words. But it also has this kind of regal or regency vibe to it. That's another keyword. So we have Kelly Green, ornate buttons on the sleeves. We have, it's an open style jacket too. There's no buttoning. What are you? A size small. So there's that. Lined. So this one will be fun. This one will be fun to work with. Those are keywords I know I'll go with for sure. Beyond that, I'm not entirely sure yet. But this is a really interesting piece, and I think it will sell itself. The brand is Belle Point at Ease. 100% cotton, vintage. And it's really cool. This is definitely going to go to a Gen Zer. Or possibly someone older. Possibly. And that's because it's really cool. It is a chambray embroidered button-up shirt, and as you can see, it is wine themed, vineyard themed. It does say Chardonnay, I believe, on this little bottle. It's hard to read, but I think it says Chardonnay, if that shows up. And the grapevines and all of that. This is gonna do great for someone out there who's looking for something like that. There's also this embroidered trim all the way around the shirt. I believe all the buttons are there. I did check. We're gonna go with vintage, embroidered, vineyard, wine, like words to go along with that. But yeah, that's gonna sell itself too. Another vintage embroidered tee. This one is Northern Reflections. And this one is a short sleeve tee. I tend to stay away from short sleeve tees because they don't do as well, but aesthetically I think it's a good one. And this one is like a springtime scene. It's like a picnic. Let's see if I can get up close. So over here we have like a tree in the spring coming to life, the picnic going on. Over here, kind of similar situation. It's like by water. That one's really cute. Chambray, vintage, embroidered. I don't know how we're gonna go about explaining that. It's almost like a cherry blossom. No, not a cherry blossom. Where are those trees? I'm not sure what's called those trees, but picnic. There's a little boat on there. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to just kind of think a little harder about which keywords to use because I can't put all those little details. Yeah, chambray, obviously. Breathable. That's kind of what we're going for with this. So I told you guys in the past, this is a vintage brand that does well for me. I'm gonna try it again. So we have Corat right here. I never had one that said City Blues though. That's new for the, I've never had it say City Blues though. That's new to me. But yeah, vintage Corat has done well for me in the past. And it's mostly cotton, some polyester, and it's this beautiful color blocking. And if it was my size, I would just keep it. I would, there would be no questioning it. So beautiful color blocking, pockets, button down, collared. It might be, I think it is woven. I always try to include that when it is. Yeah, so those are some of the words I'm going to use to sell this. This also, I'm not gonna put this in the title, but maybe down in the description box, but soft girl, that's a trend that would fit this. So the soft girl era is a lot of those pastel and feminine pieces, but this is an interesting twist on it because it's not super like coquette feminine, but it still fits within soft girl. Okay guys, I don't do Chicos, but we did some Chicos today, and it's embroidered, and it is partially silk. This one's partially silk. It's a size 1, not the greatest size. New without tags, as you see here hanging. And it's a very like boho-y, beachy. I think, you know, people in Miami or down in Florida would wear something like this. And it's kind of sheer. It is sheer. That's another keyword to use. Okay, camera's overheating. We gotta get this done. But like I was saying about this one before we move on is beachy, boho, travel, vacation, resort wear, thin knit, lightweight, side slit, tunic, tight neck, keyhole neck. I think I said embroidered, sequined, beaded. These are all things we could use. Silk blend. We're going really hard at like the vacation-y, breathy, travel-y pieces. All right, another thing that my daughter found was for $1, Eileen Fisher shoes. And these, And she pointed out that she feels like they're barely used, which, yeah. In the past, Eileen Fisher's shoes have not done well. I haven't picked up a ton of them, but I was like, for $1, we'll do it. I don't need to look up comps. So the bottoms are in pretty good condition. This is what the fronts look like right here. Eileen Fisher. I'm gonna do some research to see if there's certain styles or keywords that don't do great for Eileen Fisher shoes, because I'm not doing well at these. So I'm not gonna give you keywords off the top of my head because this is just one that I struggle with. So yeah, that's that. All right, that's all I'm gonna show you. We need to wrap this up. This video is too long. You know I don't like long videos. Or I'm trying to make them shorter. But hey, check out a video on my channel up here. I'll see you guys in that video. Bye.